Hello, America. Happy Friday. Welcome to the latest edition of Just the News, No Noise. I'm your host, John Solomon, alongside the amazing Amanda Head. We're going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to let you worry about the breaking news headlines. Steve just took care of you for now. You're going to get more from Grant in a little bit. Just the News has got you covered all the way through. We're going to go back and take a second or third deep dive into, I think, one of the most important subjects facing our country, the critical condition of our pharmaceutical supply chain. It has been left in tatters by the Biden administration. Donald Trump jumping in. Right after we did our first special on this, Amanda, Donald Trump's folks started announcing executive orders, major innovations. Now we're putting the supplies into a strategic reserve like we were supposed to legally, but weren't under Joe Biden. And we're beginning a manufacturing renaissance. But in between those two extraordinary solutions, there's a window of time where America has to produce generic drugs without large factories capable of doing that. Tonight, we're going to let you peer into the future a little bit with an all-star cast of guests tonight. We're going to show you what's going to be possible. Soon, a room about the size of this studio, what we're in right now, can turn out a whole year's supply of a generic antibiotic because of these new innovative technologies. We're going to show you what that means and how it could radically change the next 2 or 3 years of medicine in America. We have the perfect guest to kick us off on that venture today, Amanda. I can't wait to get started. All right, joining us now, the point man who's made all of this extraordinary progress happen inside the Trump administration. He's the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Responses at the Health and Human Services Department, John Knox. John, great to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on again.
It's kind of funny because over the last 4 years, we watched the Biden administration accomplish nothing in this clear problem that we've had, a critical condition in our pharmaceutical supply lines. You guys are in just a few months, and there has been such enormous progress. The executive order, obviously a signature moment, but almost daily, your department is moving this down the road so that we get to a full manufacturing capability, a full supply chain. Bring us up to speed on what's just happened since the last time we had you on the show.
Well, as you know, the president has definitely made it clear that he wants to bring manufacturing back to the United States, and that includes critical medications for the American people. As we talked about last time, one of the issues is that over 70% of the APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, and the key starting materials that are used for manufacturing medications are produced in China and India. And you know, the other critical issue is that over 90% of all of our antibiotics are produced there as well. And so they've looked at that, both Secretary Kennedy and President Trump, and they have, tasked us with bringing that back onshore and strengthening our manufacturing capacities as it falls under a national security issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sir, look no further than yesterday and Secretary Kennedy's hearing up on Capitol Hill to know that Democrats are standing against a lot of the good work that you guys are doing at HHS. But this might be different. This, Republicans get sick, Democrats do too. Does it feel like this is bipartisan?
We have, it's for our organization and what we're doing, we have, support from both the House and the Senate regarding, fiscal year 26. They did indicate funding to continue to support these efforts, though modest, but it's still going to allow us to help push this forward. So they understand that it's important that we as Americans be strong in the field of medicine. And so they've tasked us, like I said, to really come up with creative solutions to be able to solve those problems and start onshoring medications.
Yeah, so important. All right, so we've done a lot to understand the bookends to this great strategy that you put into case. We've got the big, beautiful bill that creates all these incentives that we start building the big, beautiful factories that will make the making, particularly of generic drugs, more common in America and more regular, and take away the vulnerability. In the short term, you've filled the strategic stockpile back up. That's starting to happen. That is a big moment. In between, we've been just doing some reporting, we're learning a lot. There seems to be some innovative solutions that your administration is looking at where you can produce a certain amount of generic drugs pretty quickly in like a one-room factory. It's sort of almost like virtual printers of very clean, safe drugs. Tell us a little bit about some of the innovative ideas that are being thought about to fill the gap before those big factories that got their assembly lines running.
Well, I think that's really crucial in when we look at onshoring medications, right? We here in the United States have a completely different labor force than what they do in China and India, right?
Yeah.
We don't have slave labor here, and competing at those levels with huge bulk factories, we don't have the capacity or the ability to do that. So we have to look at new and innovative ways, like you mentioned, on how to strategically come up with ways, to make things simpler and faster. And so by, reaching out to our private partner industry, having public-private partnerships, we have the ability. There is a lot of ingenuity here in America. There always has been. It's just been stifled for years. And so really our task right now is looking at what those innovative technologies are and how we can apply them to, like you said, I mean, we can do 3D printing of medications in pill form. We're working on projects that we don't have to have the key starting materials. It completely bypasses that to make the active pharmaceutical ingredient. So we're looking at these ways how we can jump ahead of the curve using technology, sound technology, to be able to bring that onshoring back here to compete with those companies, in China and India.
This is pretty big stuff.
Absolutely. Sir, when it comes to the KSMs and the APIs, the things that, I think that it is very conceivable that we can onshore those very, very soon. How many different drugs can you make from those? Are we talking a few, dozens, hundreds? How many can we make from those?
So you have the key starting materials, and those are all the pieces that go into the API that make the active pharmaceutical ingredient. Each medication has usually a specific API that it uses. So there are some that use, multiples, but primarily it's, whether it's atropine or lidocaine or whatever the drug is that you're looking to manufacture, you have that API for that. So it's usually on a one-to-one per basis. So we do have companies that we're working with that are actually now producing APIs here in the United States. And that's super exciting. And we have some fantastic technology and other companies that we're working with that are in the process of bringing this to market, to where, it used to take us months to create an API, and we will be able to do, but moving it forward through the regulatory process, we will be able to do that in hours. So,
Wow.
The technology is there, and American innovation is striving to, take back the market that we've lost over the past 50 years.
So amazing. When some of the people I've talked to over the last few days compared this to putting man on the moon, that what's going on is so innovative. It's so advanced technology. It's so groundbreaking after 50 years or 40 years of malaise and letting this incredible industry gravitate to an enemy or to a country that has some quality control problems with its drug supply chain. When this administration is done, how significant is this to the future of America, achieving this sort of in-house pharmaceutical capability again?
It's huge. If you look at it from different standpoints, we've offshored everything in manufacturing over the past 50 years, and we've become a service industry, right?
Yeah.
A lot of this technology that will be able to move forward, if you look at it, trade schools, the president's talked about trade schools and things like that, right? Using those types of things, we can train people up to be able to work in these facilities to be able to bring jobs back to America, right? We're suffering from a lot of things, I don't want to go into everything, but the point being is that at the end of this, this will be significant. Not only will we have onshored, medications and be able to do them cheaper and faster.
Yeah.
You mentioned the big, beautiful bill, that's provided significant funding for DPA, which is the Defense Production Act.
Yep.
And so using those authorities, with ASPR and our partners, we're working on how to use those authorities to create success. regulatory relief through the president's, one of his executive orders on promoting domestic production for critical medicines. All of these levers and things that are being pulled right now are being done so that we can help the manufacturers start onshoring this, whether, he's using tariffs, tax incentives. I mean, there's a lot of different things that he's working on to move that through. And with the Secretary Kennedy, I mean, they're on the same page. They want to make Americans healthier. We do know that we have a sick population in our country, and having specific critical medications that help in that. Not only his vision of getting people healthier, but there are always going to be a need for critical medications, and so moving that forward, I think, is really crucial at this point. And at the end, I think we're going to be sitting in a really good place.
Yeah, I think that's true. And the reporting that we've done on this is just amazing to us. It really is an incredible process. And you, sir, are right in the middle driving this. It's a great honor. I know how busy you are, but a great honor to kick off our show tonight with your time. And thank you so much for making yourself available.
I appreciate it. It's an exciting time to be, an American, and looking at what the administration wants right now is really to boost the economy and bring manufacturing back. And so we're going to do everything that we can to make that happen.
Making that access to those generic drugs will be so important. What an amazing milestone to be aiming for. Thanks again for your time, sir. Thank you. All right, folks, a quick commercial break ahead. When we come back, we have a Congresswoman, a doctor, Mariannette Miller-Meeks. She'll be here. Meeks, I'm sorry. We'll be here to discuss more about what Congress is doing on this important issue. That's right. Quick break. Right after this. Hey, folks, let's be honest. Our body lets us know, right? We're not getting any younger. And if you want to look and feel your best, you need to check out our good friends at Pure Health Research. They have 45 premium health supplements designed to help with every health goal, whether it's boosting your energy, trimming belly fat, supporting healthy blood sugar, pumping your testosterone up, or even reducing swelling in your legs. Pure Health Research Supplement Store has you covered. Each formula is crafted with natural, non-GMO ingredients backed by clinical research and manufactured right here in the good old USA. And here's the best part. Pure Health Research is offering you an exclusive 35% discount. You heard me right, 35% off. Just go to purehealthresearch.com and use the coupon code JUSTNEWS at checkout. With their 365-day money-back guarantee, there's zero risk in trying something new, so why wait? Head over to purehealthresearch.com right now. Explore their 45 amazing supplements and save 35% before this deal ends with the coupon code JUSTNEWS. Don't miss this chance to feel your best.